Bottrell's lead after 3 stages was still only 12 seconds, proof of that close dice we mentioned earlier. Haig Smith was now in third, with Potgieter in fourth and Leek taking the last spot in the top 5, but still only 31 seconds behind Bottrell. After the morning stages, it was time for the crews to lick their wounds in the Dunlop Service Park at Lake Umuzi, a safe haven for most of them. For rally leader Bottrell, however, there were some niggles to report, and these were possibly harbingers of worse to come.
But we've got a computer problem. I can't get off the line, the car just dies, and our flat shift is cutting on the straight line in all the places it shouldn't do. So we're battling a bit with the computer, but we've got a 45-minute service, and hopefully we can try and rectify some of the problems. But Chad's right on us, and yeah, we just trying to keep the car on the road and get some valuable points for the end of the day.
The next loop of stages in the Secunda Motor Rally were again both run on the farmland of Kwesi van der Merwe. First up was a second charge through what was stage 2, now serving as stage 4. This was followed by a super special stage known as the Van der Merwe Super Special, where 2 cars took to the stage at the same time, competing in interchanging lanes. Set as the sun started dipping towards the horizon, these 2 stages offered some of the most spectacular vistas of the sport that we've had in a long time. Not that the crews took any time to admire the sunset. With service behind them, most of the niggles were sorted, including the errant temperature sensor in Van Beurden's Polo. The youngster picked up the pace immediately and posted a stunning time of 9 minutes 18 seconds on stage 4, some 16 seconds faster than Ashley Haig Smith in the AHS Ford Fiesta. Van Beurden was full of hope that his stage time would give him the lead, or at least make inroads into Bottrell's advantage, but it wasn't to be. The defending champions dug deep on stage 4 and came through in a time of 9 minutes 07, a full 11 seconds quicker than Van Beurden, cementing Bottrell at the top and deflating Van Beurden's hopes all in one fell swoop. Maybe this stinging performance played tricks on the mind of Van Beurden, or maybe he just had a momentary lapse in concentration. Whatever the reason, on the next stage he handed Bottrell more time on a silver platter by stopping short of the flying finish instead of continuing to the stop control. The Gem Sport Polo didn't break the timing beam at first, and Van Beurden lost another 5 seconds in the process. As for the rest of the field, stage 4 proved largely uneventful, though everyone lost significant time to Bottrell. The super special stage, at only 3.4 kilometers in length, offered significantly less opportunity to make or lose a lot of time, so most of the crews had a good run there. By the time the sun set, the dust had all but settled over day 1 of the Secunda Motor Rally, and with just one more stage to go, it was Bottrell who had a 27-second lead over Van Beurden. They were followed by Ashley Haig Smith, just 13 seconds behind Van Beurden, and AC Potgieter a further 22 seconds back. Richard Leek was next, followed by Matthew Basie-Lyle in the Program Toyota Etios. By now it was getting pretty dark in Secunda, so the crews were offered an opportunity to return to the Dunlop Service Park at Lake Umuzi, where they fit lights for the last stage of the day. A short, sharp romp through the stage known as Lake Umuzi, stage 6 of the Secunda Motor Rally. With darkness enveloping the final stage of the day, there wasn't much opportunity to make up time. Survival was the name of the game here, and all the crews took it relatively easy. Bottrell again won the stage, and he was followed by AC Potgieter in the Ricky B Volkswagen, just 0.4 of a second slower. But in the end, the final stage had very little influence on the outcome, and the tired crews that finished the stage were just thankful that they had survived the day. After a long, dusty day in the saddle, it was Bottrell who ended day 1 with a lead of 34 seconds over Van Beurden. Haig Smith was within striking distance, but still had to take care with Potgieter in 4th behind him. Leek himself was also poised to strike if any of the crews in front of him tripped up, so the close dice in Secunda was still on. With 6 stages done on day 1, there were 6 more to come on day 2. These included 2 runs through the stages known as TV Bricks and Chori, respectively, and TV Bricks supplying the meat of the competition distance. These were followed by another run through the stage at the Graceland Casino before the finale at the Lake Umuzi waterfront. A total of 106 kilometers of special stages, enough for absolutely anything to happen. The first of the day's stages was TV Bricks. At 32.9 kilometers, the longest stage of the rally. This monster stage offered extremely fast gravel roads, as well as a short spurt through a quarry with a deep water splash right at the end. For the leader and defending champion, this stage very nearly proved his undoing, as his usually reliable Toyota Etios experienced the kind of electronic failure that would ground a jetliner. On top of the variable valve timing system shutting down, Bottrell also had no power steering and barely made it through the stage. He lost the best part of 40 seconds on TV Bricks alone and more time on stage 8. But that wasn't the only drama in the morning session.
Well, we've got no electrics. I've got no VVT, I've got no power steering, I've got no flat shift. Car's very difficult to drive. My arms are buggered, there are a lot of hairpins there. We had no power steering for 2 stages.
With Bottrell in trouble, Van Beurden used the opportunity to not only catch up, but pass the leader in one stage. With his tail up, Van Beurden lined up for stage 8 at Chori's farm, but fate had clearly ordained that this wasn't his time to shine. The overheating problems returned with a vengeance, causing the Gemsport Volkswagen Polo to lose power. And suddenly, it was all over for Van Beurden. Meanwhile, it seemed as if the entire class S1600 was hell-bent on destruction, as third gear in the transmission of AC Potgieter's Ricky B Volkswagen Polo failed, causing the youngster to hemorrhage time on both opening stages of day 2. As if that wasn't enough, the water splash at the end caused Haig Smith's AHS Ford Fiesta to develop a nasty misfire. He lined up at the start of stage 8 on Chori's farm, but the car wouldn't even start. He pushed it off to the side and eventually got going again, but retired shortly after. Total mayhem then on the first 2 stages of the day. For the crews that were able to, it was time to head to the Dunlop Service Park at Lake Umuzi to see what they could repair. One of the lucky ones was defending champion Guy Bottrell.
It's been a tough day, no power steering for 2 stages, my arms are buggered. But thank goodness we're in service and we've got 1 hour to fix it. And we're also very fortunate that the other guys have had a lot of misfortunes and given us a bit of a breathing gap. But you never know, there's still lots more stages left and it's quite tough. And we're just going to see how we end up.
With both Van Beurden and Haig Smith removed from the equation, it was still the name of Bottrell that topped the standings despite his myriad of problems. He now held a 1 minute 8 second lead over Richard Leek and Rikus Fourie in the ATS Lake Umuzi Ford Fiesta, who were the big winners after the demise of Van Beurden and Haig Smith. Potgieter was up into 3rd, with a quiet gentleman Basie Lyle in 4th. Van Beurden's name still appeared in 5th place, thanks to the vagaries of modern rally timing, but he was well out of the rally.